Hello friends, welcome to Testing Shala YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to explain you how to write a resume, especially for fresh test engineer or test automation engineer. Before moving further, before get to know more about how to write a resume for test engineer or automation engineer, if you have not visited Testing Shala YouTube channel for the first time, or you have not subscribed to our Testing Shala YouTube channel till now, then please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos will be in your inbox as and when we publish our new videos. So let us move on and understand what is all about the resume, why we really need a resume, why it is totally different for testing engineer or automation engineer. Is there any different concept for resumes? So let me cover up everything in detail for you. First thing which any recruiter or any project manager, before hiring you, they are going to check your profile, your information about you, right? So in order to communicate that, so let's say you are looking for a job and you are interested in their job and you applied for it, right? That means it is a first layer where you are showing interest to them, to tell them I am interested in your job, and also I am having so and so skills. So that is where the marketing tool, it is a resume is a first level of marketing tool for you to market yourself in terms of the profile or the skill set you have. Everything you are going to market in that resume. So if you are talking about a fresher, means according to me, based on my experience, you should not cross more than a pager. One pager is more than enough for a fresh tester or automation engineer, because every 5 years or 6 years, even if you add one extra page, that is more than enough. For a fresher, I recommend only one page is more than enough to get a decent calls for you. So let us understand in a resume, so what are the ingredients will be there. First of all, let us understand in an overall view what are the things we should include in the resume so that you get a decent calls from all the top-notch companies. At least they show the interest in hiring you. Okay. So first of all, you should have the topmost resume part is you should have your details and high-level details. Let's say your name, then your phone mobile number, your email ID. These are the three things normally people expect to be there in any resume or CV. That is a key indicators or key information they should have it. Let's say if they wanted to reach out to you offline or online or whatever the way, right? And these are the information it is very much required, right? One is your name. Try to give your full name like the way you have in Aadhaar card or your passport, so that if tomorrow some reference checks, if they do some reference check, then there should not be any mismatch in the names, or that leads to a lot of other challenges later, right? That is the first thing which I'm going to recommend. The next thing is, even when you're giving an email address, right? Give a decent name in that email address. You should not give some fancy names in the email address, because if someone see that email, at least it should be a professional one, right? Try to give the name for your email address as kind of a professional and related to your name. I'm hoping you're very clear in those aspects. Now let us move forward the next section, which is objectives, or we can also call it as a professional objectives. So basically what you are looking, what kind of expertise you are bringing, what is your goal, everything you should call that out in 1 or 2 sentences. That is called as a professional objectives. So professional objectives should not cross more than 1 or 2 sentences. Hence, that heading should be clear enough. If somebody sees that I am a qualified tester or a qualified expertise in this area, and I have a career goal in order to meet this kind of role, or I wanted to grow in this area, something like that. If somebody sees that, somebody sees that, at least they will have confident in you that you're really a good candidate for them. At least you're able to market yourself, the kind of greatness you bring, and the kind of skills you are bringing in. All those things you have to write it down in a simple, crisp manner in 1 or 2 sentences. That is a professional objectives, or you can also call it as an objective, or you can also call it about summary. Then if you are talking about third section is, which is in education qualification. Education qualification is very much needed, especially if you are coming from engineering colleges or as a fresher, right? Any recruiters or any companies, normally they will watch this one, and they wanted to bring the right set of people from the top-notch companies, and they would like to get the best people out of from the best colleges which is across the world. So that means you should clearly call that out, which college you have studied, which university you have studied, and what kind of specialization you have done. Everything you should call that out in the education qualifications section. And also, if you feel that you have a good ranking, good percentage of passing rate, then call that out as well. If you are having a good marks, it is always try to market that, right? I recommend you put that as well. So these are the things you should put it in the education qualification sections. Okay. Now the next section would come is skills. So this is very crucial, especially we are looking in a technical job. That means you should clearly call that out. What are the skills which you have learned, or what are the skills which you have already worked upon? Everything you should detail it out. It could be a programming languages, or it could be an automation tool, or it could be manual testing, or it could be databases, operating system, what operating system you have worked on. Everything you should detail it out. If you detail it out, everything, right? That means, because normally nowadays what it happens, right? Everything, your resumes will be sorted out using AI technology. That means they'll just check the keywords which is there in the resume. And any keywords, let's say they would like to know the Selenium resources. Then they'll give a term Selenium and they'll search all the profiles with Selenium. That means better put all the relevant skills in your resume. That is going to help you to at least get an interview call, right? If you already know it or you already learned it, it is always good to put those in your resume. Okay, that is my recommendation, especially for skill section. Then the next section would be coming here is your work experience. Normally, for a college student or any person who has completed his graduation, they might have done some college projects, right? Or some internal projects within the college. And as well as they might work as an intern as a final year project, right? These are the things you might bring an experience. That means you should clearly call that out. What are the internal projects you worked upon? It could be your first year of engineering or second engineer or third year, final year, whatever, right? Clearly call that out. Or if you have done any extracurricular activity or any extracurricular projects which you have worked upon, then clearly call that out also. What are the roles you have played upon? What are the roles you have played upon? Everything you detail it out. But as I said, it should not be more than a page. 1 page is more than enough for a fresher. So that is my recommendation. So now you know what are the work experience. Let's say if you work for a company as an intern, call that out. Next and the last section would be your personal details. They may look whether you are married or unmarried, or your permanent address, where they wanted to send you a courier letter, right? If you get selected, they might want to send the hard copy. Then better to put in your personal details. And also if you would like to put your passport details, or if you have any visa, if you already have it. So all those details, you should mention it in a personal details. So these are the top sections. Normally, if any resume for tester or automation testers. Normally, this is a standard resume which is applicable for anybody in that matter, right? But at least my recommend here is do Do not make it as a template and keep sending same template resume to across all the companies. Please do not do that. Please try to make it as a different copy, which is customized one for a given requirement. Right? Whatever the different things if they are asked, then groom your resume accordingly, and also get it reviewed from some of your seniors or somebody who is well versed in resume preparation. Ask them to review it, check for all the spelling mistakes and check for all the grammatical mistakes or typos. That would guarantee at least your resumes at the first look is very good. At the first look, it is very good. At least somebody sees that. That means they will get impressed about your resume. So these are the things which I feel in order to write an resume, especially for a manual tester or an automation tester. These are some of the important aspects you should keep in mind when you are writing a resume. If this information is really helpful to you, then please click on like button and also share it with your friends or colleagues so that they will also get a benefit out of it. And if you have any feedback about this video, please comment it in comment box so that we will pick it up in the next video if any corrections or any feedback is there. So if you guys are not subscribed to Testing Shala YouTube channel till now, then please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos will be in your inbox as and when we publish our new videos. So we will catch up in our next video. Until then, goodbye.